Hello, David Paul here. This is a very short. It certainly should be, but I just never managed to be within the time limit. However, I have been to the bar and I've been celebrating with my friend Mario, who I call Super Mario. He even looks like Super Mario. And this guy is like the friend of everyone. Anyway, I've been to the bar, so I'm a little bit browsing list, so I don't know if this is acceptable to post yet. I'll find out when I'm not browsing list. However, I'm passing this thing, and I thought I'd make a comment on it because it's a matter of interest to those people who wish to live in Portugal. Say you go and buy yourself a ruin. My house is not a ruin. It's what I would call, I used to call a ruiner, like a ruin, but that's incorrect. It's not actually a ruin. What it is just a fixer-upper. Quite a lot of fixing-upping, but it's a blank canvas to paint on. And fortunately, all the woodwork got removed, so I don't even have to do that. So anyway, when you're homesteading, one of the key issues of homesteaders is, oh my God, you got to get water. You have to have water. You have to have a place with water. Well, I've got a way out of that, actually. But I would buy land that didn't have water because it was cheap. However, here in Portugal, you never have to worry about that sort of thing. So us homesteaders, homesteader prepper type mentality people like me, get this, and this is part of the constitution. Portugal is very kind to its people. I don't know if that goes back to the dictatorship. There was a sort of mentality of wanting to look after people. And you can see the footprint of that. And to be honest, it kind of works, it kind of just works. It works here. You can have a life here where the system is kind to you. So one of the things is this thing. Agua sin vigilancia. Water for the villages, right? For the village. Now, why they post that on the top? It's obviously water. So what's good about this? Well, this is a deep bore well. And it's drilled in there. I don't know if it's artesian, whether it just comes up under its own pressure, or whether it actually has a pump system. But this is not certified because it's not being tested. However, I'm telling you, this water is wonderful. It's delicious, and people come from miles around just to get the water from this here faucet. So I'm in. Here at the minute, I'm in a village much smaller than mine called Venda dos Mainas. And they have one of these. And my village, ours, is not functioning, which is bad. And why is that bad? Because in the Constitution, they say, or anyway, the law, it is the law, right, in Portugal, that all villages have to have one of these. You've got to have a water supply. So you can have a house like mine which doesn't have a water supply, and what they would call in America a dry cabin, where you've got to hold the water to it. Now, it's not very far up the road there to my house, so if you were to have a vehicle or something, you could take the water to it. However, I actually use the water from the Nevada, and eventually I will get a filtration system, and I'll filter that water, so it'll be perfectly fine to drink. This has not been tested, so it's not certified as suitable to drink, but we've been drinking this. They've been drinking it for like hundreds of years. It's fine. And in fact, I might one day get it tested and post the results on the top, just to say, stick it to the man, it's fine. But anyway, you have this thing, right? So you go along and you get your bottles and you fill it and you take it up to your house. And The only problem you might have is possibly some kind of bacteria in it. So all you do is boil it, make a cup of tea, and you will end up with a delicious cup of tea in your hand, and you won't know the damn difference, except it costs you nothing. And also you don't need to be panicking about where am I going to get some water from, where am I going to get some water from. There's always water around in Portugal, but it's usually in lavadas, like streams going past your house or here, there and everywhere. You will get water for your cement and construction projects and stuff. And you will also get water to drink, like this here. And this is delicious. It's really nice water. And I've been using it for the last couple of years, no problem. But now I've stopped hauling it up the hill by hand, and I'm simply using the water from the lavada. So there you are, there's the law. Now, my one in my village doesn't work. However, I'll just turn this on to demonstrate the fact that it actually does work. Yeah. Lots of water, which is splashing all over my clothes now. Now, the one in my village doesn't work. And I think they probably get away with not repairing it for the simple reason it's very close to this village. In fact, they're so close to each other that they're actually almost one village. And so that's how they're getting away with it, I think, of not complying with the law and providing water. So you don't really need a water supply. And that's one problem off your plate. One less thing to worry about. I'm having a brilliant day today here. The weather is fantastic. It's just, what could you describe this day? Champagne, something like that. This is a champagne day here. It's just slightly overcast with clouds. The perfect level of sunshine. It's just the most beautiful, beautiful early summer day. We're only at the end of April and it's just like a gorgeous summer day in the UK. Like the best summer day you could get. And we're ahead of the curve here. And my life here is wonderful. It's just Portugal is just so, it's just, I can't describe it. It's just so lovely. It's just so lovely. It's just, as we would say in the Philippines, ang buhay ito, this is the life. But also the Philippines is not, well, the Philippines is not going to be this hot. This is not going to be as hot as the Philippines. That's the one downside about the Philippines. It's a bit on the too hot side. But I'm working on that. It's called air conditioning. So there you go. Anyway, I'm starting to rabble on beyond the point. So there you go. Water in the village. One less problem for you to worry about. Next thing, PV solar, job done.